Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Park Bowl. Ken Manning, Western Wisconsin Video Productions, as we're ready to bring you game number 2 between the host Viroqua Legion squad and the Tomah squad. Starting things off here, it's going to be Emily Barra doing the pitching. Her battery mate once again is going to be Kaylee Beckham. Starting things off here, it's for Tomah. Libby Matheson will be stepping in, right-handed hitter. Very quick player here, but I tell you what, she gets on base, watch out. Here's the opening pitch, game number 2 underway, and Barra comes in with a strike on the outside part of the plate. Tomah picking up a win in game 1. Next offering outside. And we'll see how game number 2 plays out. Barra came in and pitched in game 1 in relief of Maddie Zuby. Zuby still feeling some effects of a sprained ankle and just not able to push off on that foot on the release as you would like. Barra able to get a strike in there. Zuby only pitched a couple of innings. That's going to be a bit high. And it looks like we got ourselves a full count here. Barra's set. Here she comes. This is a swing and a miss. The ball gets away, and there will not be a throw down to first. So it's a strikeout recorded, but Matheson, with her speed, able to get down to first as the ball gets away from Beckham here. Tough break on getting this ball game started. Stepping in, Brooklyn Chapman. And there's a bunt laid down, and boy, hustling all the way around is going to be Matheson. Finds herself at third base. Now stepping in, Avery Bromer. She shows bunt, runner taking off, and getting down to second base was Chapman. Able to get on due to the error on the throw. Now runners at second and third. That ball is off the mark. Barra comes in. Here's a ball lifted out towards right field, and that's going to be a nice catch out there. Not able to see that, but that was a good grab for the Viroqua Legion squad. Well, we should probably mention out there in right field, that is Mackenzie Perry with that snag. Here's the next offering, or check that, excuse me, I'm so sorry. Reese Hooks out in right field. Got my players mixed up. Stepping in now. This should be number 20 here. It is Mara Noth. Noth is the catcher. So runners at first, second, and third. Here's a ground ball. Hubach will go to first and get the out. That is a 6-3 put out. Noth will pick up an RBI though on the play, And heading down to third base, that was Brooklyn Chapman. Stepping in now, this is your first baseman, and Anna Wall takes a strike. Berra fires one outside. The ball gets away. Here's the play, and she's going to be safe. Chapman able to score on that. I guess we could almost say that was a wild pitch. The ball took off on Berra. Wall will look to try and get things restarted here for the Tomah Legion squad. They lead 2-0 here with a couple of outs. Viroqua will concentrate on getting out number 3. This is a little pop-up, and that will take care of business. The little soft liner, we'll call it here, into the mitt of Emily Hubach for out number 3. 2 runs coming across, though. Those 2 runs on no hits. My goodness, that's a tough way to get things going there in this ball game. We'll get things started right back in the bottom half of the first coming up. Emily Hubach will get things started here for the Viroqua Legion squad. Senior Legion softball here tonight, and of course from the Park Bowl. Hubach will now step out just for a moment. Let's take a look here and zoom in on the pitcher. This is Avery Bromer. Her battery mate is Mara Knopf doing the catching once again. She was the catcher in game number 1 that Tomah was able to sneak away the win. What was that? It was what, 5-1 was it, or 5-0? It was. How does that go when my mind escapes me? 5-0. Yes, 5-0 was the score. There's a ball lifted towards right field. That's going to be caught by the right fielder. Out there was that was Mackenzie Perry. So there's 1 up and 1 down here now. Viroqua will bring in Emily Berra, left-handed hitter, and she's got some pop in the bat. And this one is fouled off. Bromer, let's see if she, try to remember here, we'll go back and see where she was at. She was the first baseman as a starter in game 1, and then came on to pitch a little bit in game 2, kind of finishing things off there. And she gets the nod to start here in game 2. Fouled that one off. Nice cut there by Berra. Berra with some good speed as well, doing the pitching today for game 2. And again, as I mentioned, she came on in relief of Maddie Zuby back in game 1. That's going to be a bit high. That one coming right at our screen. Well, tape delayed here on WWVP YouTube channel. Here's a ball lifted out towards left field. It's going to get by the left fielder. Berra heading around, now moving to third base. Here comes a throw. It's not going to be in time. And a nice triple here. Boy, I tell you what, Berra able to zip around the bases. That ball really sliced away from the left fielder out there, giving it a good try. That was Kaylee Prelip. Here's Whitney Scrady. She's going to lift one out to left field. This is pretty well tagged, and that's going to be off the fence. Berra scores easily. And it's a stand-up double here for Scrady. Wow, Viroqua not wasting any time answering back here. They were trailing 2-0, and now they've cut that lead in half. Here's the third baseman in Kate Quackenbush, your cleanup hitter, facing Bromer. First pitch is going to be just a little bit inside. 2-1 the score now, bottom of the first. Swing and a miss on a good, what looked like a drop ball. The bottom just fell out from underneath. One the count. This one's lifted towards right field. And that's going to be a good catch. Perry coming across, as you saw, just into the screen and was able to get underneath that. Scrady not able to advance on the play. 2 down. 2 catches out there in right field. This is going to bring up the catcher for Viroqua in Kaylee Beckham. Right-handed hitter. Takes the first pitch upstairs for a ball. Well, thanks again to all those sponsors. You'll be seeing those sponsors. They're pictured down in the lower left corner of the screen here as we continue on with the ball game. There's a swing and a miss. 1-1 now. Bromer and Tomah trying to come up with out number 3. Swing and a miss. Heading down to third as the ball popped away from Knopf is Scrady. Taking advantage of that drop ball. But Beckham now down in the count with a couple of strikes. This ball lifted foul off the fence, right side. A lot of baseball and softball action coming up over the course of the summer here once again. Hope you can join us. Ooh, there's a called strike 3, and that will take care of business here in the bottom half of inning number 1. 1 run will come across here for the Viroqua Legion squad. They get that run on a couple of hits and leave a runner stranded at first base. Back with the top of the second, coming right up. Well, let's take a quick look here as we move to the top half of inning number 2. This is going to be Riel Pluger. And again, I apologize if messing up any of these names, but I hope that's the right pronunciation. Second baseman will take the first pitch outside for a ball. Next offering going to be a bit upstairs here from Barra. And that's going to be a strike. Coming right back, here's the ball lifted out towards center field. It's going to drop in for a base hit. Oh, nice piece of hitting there by Pluger as she is able to get the base hit. And that'll bring up Kaylee Prelip, the left fielder. Let's see if she looks to lay down a bunt. She shows bunt. Pitch is, I believe, just outside. This was bunted foul, they say. And they'll try again. 1-1 the count. You can see Scrady right up close on the right side. Quackenbush on the left from third. Anticipating another bunt. And now a quick little timeout here as Prelip wants to go talk to the coach and make sure that she has seen the proper signs, we'll call it. Well, Prelip is ready now as she had to go in and have a chat. Here goes the runner down to second base. The slide, and a good slide. The ball pretty much on the shortstop side. Hubach right there, but so was Pluger with her slide. She's in safe. Here's a fly ball, and coming up and making the grab in left field there for Viroqua. That was Megan Brendel. She had that one measured out pretty well. And that will bring up Lacey Nelson. She lays down a bunt. This is a good one. They'll go to first base, and they're going to call her safe over there. Ball popping away from Scrady, and that'll have to go down as a throwing error. Tough break right there, and a run scores. Trying to lay down the sacrifice. It winds up as an error. It's now 3-1 as Pluger does come across home plate. That will bring up your number 9 hitter, Mackenzie Perry, the right fielder. Watches a pitch outside for a ball. Next offering is in there for a strike. Caught the black part of the plate. One the count. Here's a fly ball, left field, and that's going to be caught for out number 2. Boy, Perry gave it a bit of a ride. Two down, though, as again, Brendel, good speed out there in left field. In fact, the outfield itself for Viroqua looks like they have some good speed. This pitch is upstairs, back to the top of the order here with the dangerous Libby Matheson. Ball is just inside, and the runner will scoot down to second base in Nelson. Next offering, that's going to be outside for a ball. Again, now score, excuse me, is 3-1. There's a strike. Matheson scored back in the first. Here she is in the second. And that's going to be another walk. Runners now at first and second here for Tomah. And here comes Brooklyn Chapman. Chapman, the lefty, was on by an error and did score. That ball way inside. That's upstairs over the helmet. Chapman had the duck underneath that one. Yeah, we're talking about a lot of ball games coming up here throughout the course. Here's a drive. Boy, this was pretty well hit. And it is going to be a catch, though. Well, getting over there in time was Reese Hooks. Nice job there by the Viroqua 138er. Well, we'll take a little break. One run does come across. They get that run. Tomah advances their lead to 3-1. They get that run on one hit and a runner left on base. There was an error in the inning. Here comes Megan Brendel, the left fielder, stepping in. And she'll look to try and bunt. It's going to come up with a strike call now. 3-1 the score as we moved into the bottom half of inning number 2 in this doubleheader. Again, looking for a bunt. That's going to be a strike as she offered, says our umpire. And rightfully so, I would imagine. That offering is going to be high and away. Bromer tossing that one upstairs. Brendel didn't bite though, and now it's 1-2 for the count. Just missed outside. Good job there by Noth blocking the ball as it kind of fizzled out right there as it got to home plate. Ground ball, foul, third base side. You know, the catcher, always good to keep on top of things like what we saw there with Noth. You know, your last thing you want to do is get a little lazy and create some bad habits. Always trying to get to the ball, knock it down, keep the ball in front of you. There's a swing and a miss. And that will end the at-bat for Brendel as she goes down swinging for out number 1. That's going to bring up Allie Olson, who is out in center field today. Played that position in game 1 as well. Olson takes the first offering upstairs for a ball. Viroqua Softball Legion squad made the inaugural state tournament last year that was held in DeForest. And boy, what a tournament they had. Came away as a state runner-up first year competition. There's a swing and a foul back. They battled through every single game, even the championship game. That was just a real pleasure to hear, thanks to Carl Zuby, who followed the Viroqua Softball Legion squad last year. There's a swing and a miss, and there's 2 down. Bromer coming up with 2 strikeouts here. Well, we may not hear Carl's voice on some of these games anymore because you might see him every once in a while walk across the screen. That's because he is helping head coach George Hopkins this year as an assistant coach here for this Legion squad. The first offering here to Leah Slack, the second baseman, is upstairs for a ball. That one is going to hit her. So hit by the pitch, Slack will jog down to first base with 2 down. Your designated player here in this second game is Satara Gauld. Umpire goes out to touch base with Bromer as Slack. They want to make sure she's okay. Took that one right near the, I don't know if it was that hip area. Took a pretty good shot. Now they're saying everybody is ready to go. First offering, Bromer comes right back here with a strike. Infield practically all in the shadows of the trees, except for third base. Going to get the full brunt of that sun sneaking through. Galt is set, so is Bromer. Here comes the pitch. It's going to be a little bit low for a ball. Looks like 2-1 the count. Three won the score. Tomah downstairs again. I believe it's 3-1. Swing and a miss here. And we should be at a full count. Bromer delivers. And that will be the end of the inning with the strikeout. No runs on no hits. One runner left on base after the walk. And we will come right back with the top of the third inning and the 3-4-5 part of the order for Tomah. Tomah with the 3-1 lead here as we are now in the top of the third inning. Looking to try and add on to their advantage. And the first pitch, it's going to be popped up. And it's going to be a catch over here by Scrady at first base, playing her position well. And able to get the pitcher, and Avery Bromer was Emily Berra on the opening pitch of this third inning. So the pop up to Scrady. There's one away. Ground ball, chop foul underneath. Berra will jump out in front in the count here. 0-1. Comes right back, and that was apparently just a little bit low. She was coming right down the middle, and all of a sudden that ball just kind of died off there a little bit. There's a swing and a miss. This is the catcher and Mara Knopf. Knopf grounded 6-3. And there is a called strike three. That one looked like a little bit of a changeup here. And just like that, there's two down. Trying to come up with a 1-2-3 inning here defensively. That ball in the dirt. Anna Wall, the first baseman. Wall was the winning pitcher back in game one. Moved to first base when Bromer came in relief of her in game one. That ball popped away for a moment. Wall today, she ended the top of the first inning with a soft little liner to Emily Hubach at shortstop. Hubach was able to make the easy grab. Fouled that one off. Back in game one, Wall was 1 for 2 with a couple of walks. Check that, she was 1 for 1. There we go. and 2 walks and a run scored. So she had a good game 1, and of course, as I mentioned, also the winning pitcher. She fouls off that last pitch. That ball is going to be inside, and that will be a walk. That brings up Brielle Pluger, the second baseman here now. I don't know if they say Pluger or Pleger. There's a ground ball, boy, a hard shot right down the third base side there. And a great effort by Quackenbush. She was able to slow that ball down a little bit as it got behind her. That's going to be an infield single. And Kate Quackenbush able to get to the ball, making sure no one else was going to be advancing. This is pop foul over the top as Kaylee Prelip steps in. 2 on with 2 down. Prelip flew out for out number 1 in the second inning. That's going to be a little bit short of home plate. Trying to add to their lead. Swing and a foul ball. 1-2 the count. Tomah up 3-1. That's outside. Three won the count. Here's the next offering outside for a ball. And everybody was off and running on that one, it looked like. Now the bases are loaded here with 2 outs. Things were looking good for a moment there, getting those first 2 batters, but now Tomah creating some difficulties here. Going to get a courtesy runner to come in now at third base as Lacey Nelson steps into the batter's box on the right-hand side. Nelson in her previous at-bat, here's a ground ball off the glove of Quackenbush, and it popped away from Hubach out into left field. Brendel was there, so it's 1 base at a time. Again, that's a tough play when you're playing up close. We're going to go with a base hit on that one. A run does come across here in Anna Wall's run. Here's a ground ball, the throw in time to get the out. That was Perry grounding 5-3 for out number 3. But another run does come across here for Tomah. They get that run on 1, make it 2 hits, and 3 runners left on base. We'll take a break and come back with more action here from the Park Bowl. Viroqua coming up with the 1-2-3 top of the order. Well, Viroqua stepping into the batter's box here, the top of the order, with Emily Hubach, the shortstop. Now trailing 4-1 here. Tomah picking up a couple of runs in the first, a run in the second, a run in the third. Here's a ground ball for a solid base hit. Hubach, after flying out to right field, comes up with a strong single between short and third. That brings up Emily Berra, who smacked a triple back in the first inning and was able to score off from a Scrady double. That ball's inside. So the Viroqua Legion squad looking to try and come up with something here in the bottom half of inning number 3, top of the order, with Emily Hubach already on base. Ground ball, and that's one of those slow rollers. And look at this. Hubach never slowed down, and she is going to wind up at third base. That ball dribbled out towards left field, and Hubach had the play in front of her, and she took advantage of her speed. And now Viroqua with runners at first and third for Whitney Scrady. As I mentioned, coming up with an RBI double back in the first inning, has an opportunity for another. Squares up to show a bunt and takes that one upstairs for a ball. Meanwhile, Emily Barra hustles down to second base, and now 2 ribbies are sitting out there for Whitney Scrady. Scrady lifts that one foul off to the left side, no good. Out of bounds, out of play. 1-1 now. Scrady, the number 3 hitter, takes that one inside and up over the top. Wow, she had the duck on that one. That pitch just plain got away from Bremer, or Bromer, however you say it. Actually, let's take a look here. I think we got a new pitcher in here now. We do. This is number 14 in the ball game. That's going to be downstairs, and it gets away from the catcher enough, and Hubach is going to score. This is Avery Chapman now. Oh, wait, let's take a look. Yeah, it's Chapman. Trying to remember if it's Avery or what the first name is. Chapman doing the pitching. Here's a solid base hit for another RBI. Scrady coming through with a big hit. She has a real nice swing. So a couple runs have come across now for Viroqua. Brings up Kate Quackenbush with Scrady down at first base. That ball skips in front of home plate, and Scrady will take advantage of the play and move into scoring position here for Kate Quackenbush. Let's take a look here. Kate flew out to Perry in right field back in the first inning. That was out number 2. Here's a swing and a miss. Pitch upstairs on the letters, and Kate not able to catch up to that one. Finds herself down in the count with a couple of strikes. Nobody out. Chance to tie this ball game up for Viroqua. That's upstairs and away. And we should be, looks like a 2-2 count here. Chapman is set now. And they're going to call that a swing as she tried to hold back and could not. So the first strikeout there for Chapman. And there's one away. That brings up Kaylee Beckham, the catcher. Beckham pops the first pitch foul up over the top. That ball is fouled off to the right side. And now Beckham is behind with a couple of strikes. Kaylee got caught looking on a called third strike to end the bottom half of inning number 1. She'll try to put the ball in play here with Scrady down at second base. Now the throw down to third as the ball popped away. Scrady is going to slide in safely, and she's 60 feet away from tying this ball game up. Chapman comes in, that pops away, but no advancement here. Scrady playing that one safe. That'll be high. And we got ourselves a full count here. Beckham working back to the full count after being down a couple of strikes. Looking for something that she can hit, put in play. And that's going to be down low, and that might have caught her in the leg. I think it did. And we're going to get a timeout here. Megan Brendel will step in now after the conversation on the mound is complete. Runners at first and third, and heading down to second without any kind of play is Kaylee Beckham. And I think we might have a courtesy runner there. I can't quite tell right now that they brought anybody in. I don't think they did. Start doing some paperwork here. Swing and a miss on Brendel's part. Megan struck out to lead off the bottom of the second inning. Putting the ball in play here can create a run. There's a strike. This ball lifted up in the air, and it is going to be caught, though, by the shortstop. Boy, I just could not get enough on that one to get it over the head of Libby Matheson. So the pop up to the shortstop, and there's 2 down. Here's Allie Olson now, facing Chapman. Pretty good cut. Ball came in on the hands, though, and she's not able to connect. Olson struck out swinging back in the second inning for out number 2. That's high and away. Maybe more high than away. Gee, it had to have been at least 6'5" to be able to swing at that one. That ball downstairs, in fact, it skimmed over home plate. Chapman set, here she comes, a swing and a miss. Boy, a nice cut right there. That was a good pitch right at the knees. 2 on in scoring position here for Viroqua, and there's 2 down. Just missed. Not a bad looking offering there by Chapman on that pitch. Swing and a miss. Might have been a foul tip, hung on by Knopf to end the inning. But a couple of runs do come across here for the Viroqua Legion squad. They get those 2 runs on 3 hits in a row. And then they go 1, 2, 3, 1, and then a walk, hit batsman, and then 2, 3. But they got the score within 1, 4-3, Tomah. We come back here to the top of the 4th inning. And we are going to start off with the top of the order once again. Libby Matheson for Tomah steps into the batter's box. Barra with a couple of pitches, and it's 2-0. Well, here we are in June. That school year went flying by, didn't it? So it seemed. I'm sure the summer season will fly by as quickly with those couple of months. It'll end for some teams in DeForest here on the softball side. That's going to be a walk to Matheson, a speedster on the base path now. Yep, DeForest, again, the site for the girls' State Legion baseball tournament. That's where Viroqua became a state runner-up last year. 31 teams have registered in the state for softball. I don't recall the number right now in the Junior Legion and Senior Legion squads. All 3 divisions for, you have A, AA, and AAA. Westby and Viroqua in the A division. Other area schools, Bangor, which by the way will be a host for a regional. Belleville, another host. Fenimore, Riverdale in there. Here's a ball that's going to get away, and heading down to third is Matheson after she had stolen second base. So Brooklyn Chapman with an opportunity here, the lefty, to try and come up with a base hit. And she's going to get a walk instead. Tomah leading 4-3. This is Avery Chapman. Runner is going to head down to second base. That's Brooklyn. Again, I believe it's, let me double check that. I'm pretty sure it's Avery. Yes, it is. Ground ball, actually a line drive right into the mid here of Kate Quackenbush. Boy, that was a pretty good shot. Quackenbush able to make that snag. On the swing, I always, you kind of think it's going to be a ground ball. Here's a pop-up and a nice job there by Emily Hubach with the grab. Well, that was, by the way, that was Piper Matheson on that pop-up that Hubach was able to grab. Now stepping in, we got another pinch hitter here. This is Lily Knopf. Lily was in game 1. She was a starter. She was the number 2 hitter, actually. Was 0 for 1 in that game. Here's a ball lifted out to center field. That's going to be a base hit. Here comes a run in. And it's going to be a couple of runs here as she's going to come up with a nice base hit. That one dropped down in front. Not much she could do on that one. And now with 2 in, boy, talk about answering back here. This is Brielle Kruger now. Pluger, excuse me. I knew I'd do that sooner or later. Knopf with the base hit. There are 2 outs. That's going to be outside. Pluger today has had a nice day. She's got 2 hits, has scored once in this ball game. Gonna hit this one out towards right field, coming up and making a nice catch out there to end the inning in right field is Reese Hooks. But a couple of more runs coming across here for the Tomah squad. And 2-4-6, they now lead 6-3, doubling up on Viroqua. We'll take a little break and come right back, and it will be Viroqua. They're going to send up the 8-9-1 part of their order. Leah Slack is going to step in and get a little bit of a brush back kind of a pitch here as Avery Chapman continues to throw here for Tomah. Using a couple of different pitchers here. It looks like they have 3 or maybe even 4 pitchers on the roster. Always good to have plenty of arms, you might say. That second offering was, I believe, downstairs for a ball. Swing and a miss. Let's take a look here. Slack today. This is only her second at bat. That's inside. I had down that she was hit by the pitch. It would have been a ball 4, but it looked like it might have caught her in the hip a little bit there, if I remember correctly. That's going to be a strike. Right down the middle by Chapman. Next offering is upstairs, and Slack will get the walk. That's going to bring up Satara Gold, your designated player today. She's going to lift one foul out behind here on the right side. Gold was a strikeout victim to end the second inning. 6-3 your score. That ball bouncing away from the catcher just for a moment, and Slack will slide down to second base. 2 5-inning ball games. They kind of caught me by surprise on game 1. There's a ball chopped foul. Sometimes they do a 7 and a 5. I did not hear that there was going to be a 5-inning ball game. I was all set and ready to keep going. Next thing you know, they were saying, yep, we're done. That was a 5-0 win for Tomah. Anna Wall was the winning pitcher in that game. That ball came inside here to Gald. Now everybody is in the shade as the sun continues to move down for us. That pitch is going to be low and looked like it kicked off the heel apparently of the catcher in Knopf. Now let's see, I don't know, maybe that's not Knopf. I think that's, I wonder if that's Matheson, Piper Matheson catching now. I think that's who it is. Pop this one foul. That's who it is Matheson now catching. Now getting a break after catching all of game 1 and first 3 innings of this game. This one's popped up, going back, and a nice grab by the second baseman in Brielle Pluger making the grab. So a pop up for out number 1. And we go back to the top of the order here. Slack, by the way, is down to third. I failed to mention that before, as Emily Hubach steps in. Hubach with a solid single in her previous at-bat. In her first at-bat, she flew out to right field. So 1 for 2 officially. Takes a strike. Here's a shot down the right field side. That's going to be a base hit. She split the defense, first and second baseman, to come up with the single. 2 for 3 today here now for Emily Hubach, and she has an RBI. Here's Emily Berra, number 2 hitter. Berra today is solid at the plate, shows bunt, takes that one inside, and there goes Hubach. Down to second as the ball kicks past Matheson, the catcher. Now Berra can swing away, you would think. A triple and a single for Berra. That one is going to be inside, right inside the strike zone, and it's 1-1. I thought that was a pretty good pitch, and so did the umpire. 1-1 offering. That's in there for a strike. Moving away from Berra. And it's 1-2. That's inside. Good eye there by Berra. And we're looking at a 2-2 count here, I believe. Tomah on top. That's going to be high. There's a delayed steal. And Hubach, I tell you what, they always say you cannot coach speed. And ain't that the truth, huh? 60 feet away from scoring now. There's a shot right back up the middle for a base hit and an RBI by Berra. 6-5 the score now with that single by Berra. Slack had scored earlier. Here's Whitney Scrady, another dangerous hitter for Viroqua, first baseman. Berra today now 3 for 3 in this game 2. That ball low and away. Chapman comes in, that's a little bit high. A quick toss down to first base, but going to be back in there safely. Was Berra. She had to hustle though. Pretty good toss by Matheson. That's going to get away from Matheson, and Berra finds herself down at second base. Again, 6-4 the score here. Check that, 6-5 I should say. We're in the bottom of the fourth inning. That's outside for a ball. Scrady on base again. She's 2 for 2 with a double and a single, and 3 for 3 as far as being on base now with that walk. Kate Quackenbush, your cleanup hitter, stepping in. Going to take a strike on the inside part of the plate. That moved from down the middle to the inside, catching the strike zone. Kate today here in game 2 is 0 for 2. But she could put a little smack on that ball. That one's chopped foul on the third base side. She happened to get a hold of this one, and she could create some problems. For that Tomah defense anyways. With 2 on. That's fouled back here off the screen. Due up next, Kaylee Beckham, the catcher. This ball is lifted foul to the right side and well out of play. You get those foul balls off to the right and people got to go down the hill. Sometimes you need a rope to help yourself back up. That's upstairs. Here's a chopper foul, third base side. Quackenbush hanging in there right now, trying to battle Chapman here in this ball game. Let's see if Quackenbush can win this battle against Chapman. That's going to be a one hopper out in front of home plate, and the runners are going to move up. That's a wild pitch. Matheson asking for time, coming out, talking with her pitcher a little bit here. Probably telling her not to try and overthrow, just stay relaxed. We'll get the job done. They're ready to get going again. Here in the bottom of the fourth inning. This ball is upstairs high, and here comes a run, and going to be safe. Berra scoots in from third on that wild pitch to tie this ball game up. Scrady winds up at third, and Quackenbush, well, I put this ball in play, and you got a shot at taking the lead. 6-6 your score. Inside for a walk. Viroqua Legion squad really battling here with one down, and we're going to get another timeout. Well, the pitching change has been made here, and coming back in is Avery Bromer. Bromer or Bromer, probably Bromer, I suppose, comes back in to take over the pitching chores. There goes Quackenbush down to second base, and runners at second and third with one away. There's a pitch that's in at the knees for a strike. Beckham today, the catcher, 0 for 1 with a walk. Pops this one up. Second baseman going to make the call and the play in Pluger. And there's 2 down. With 2 away, here's Megan Brendel. Trying to lay down a bunt and came up empty there. Here's a swing and a miss. Just missed outside on that offering from Bromer. Here's a little ground ball. Nice scoop and easy flip for out number 3 and end the inning. But the Viroqua squad, they come back. They tie things up here. 3 runs in the 4th. Those 3 runs on 2 big hits. There were 3 walks in the inning as well. We're going to take a very quick break. We're going to come right back, top of the 5th. Top of the 5th inning now for Tomah, Senior Legion softball squad, and the opening pitch here to Kaylee Prelip is going to be inside for a ball. Actually, check that. This is Lacey Nelson up to bat. That's going to be outside. A 6-6 ball game here for this game number 2 of the doubleheader. That ball is going to be down low. And that's outside. It's going to be a walk. Leadoff hitter on base here in the 5th inning. Scheduled for 5. 2 5-inning ball games. Looking to try and bunt. This is number 18 and Mackenzie Perry, the right fielder. She's 0 for 2 in today's ball game, looking to sacrifice there. She's done a nice job out in right field though with a couple of base hits. There's a foul ball. And they'll do it again. Swing and a miss. That will end the at-bat for Perry, but heading down to second was Nelson. 1 out. Back to the top of the order. With a runner in scoring position, you got to watch out here because you just have to think that Libby Matheson is going to be even more focused, we'll call it. That's going to be outside for a ball. Matheson today with 3 walks, so no official at bat here. That is a strange one, isn't it? There's a hard shot that is down to third base side, and that's going to be an infield single. Right down the line, Kate Quackenbush did a good job of trying to get to it with a backhand play. That just showed good reaction by Quackenbush, but not able to make the play there. But again, right on top of third base bag. Infield single. Nelson winds up at third, and we've got runners at first and third. Heading down to second is Matheson. She'll get the stolen base without any play. With 1 down, 2 in scoring position here for Brooklyn Chapman. Shows bunt. She laid it right down in front. That's a good one. Now they're going to go to first after all, and a run will score. Well, a bit of a break there for the Tomah squad. Chapman, I'm going to give her on base. Let's take a look here. Scoring was Nelson. Now Chapman heads to second. You're going to go with an infield single, and now you're back in the same spot as you were previously with 1 on, and check that, with 1 out and 2 on in scoring position. That's going to get away. Here comes a run, and now 2 runs have scored as Matheson can motor across home plate with her speed. The ball getting by Beckham. Also moving up is Bromer to third base. And just like that, Tomah out in front. Here's a pop-up. That's going to land right on the fringe of the grass for a base hit. Boy, when it rains, it pours right now as Tomah picking up a lot of energy here. With only 1 out, they've got 3 runs in, and they now lead 9-6. Here's a ground ball. Hubach over to second will get the lead runner. Nice play there with a little backhand and then the toss, quick toss to get the out. 6-4 on the play. And again, good coverage there also by Leah Slack getting the grab. Now stepping in is Lily Noth. That's going to be just downstairs for a ball. Looks like it's 2-0. There's a ground ball. Hubach over to first in time to get the out. But a lot of damage being done here now in this top half of the 5th as Tomah comes up with 3 runs on 3 hits. No errors in the inning. It is now 9-6 Tomah. The Viroqua club with their work cut out for them as they trail 9-6 here in the bottom of the 5th inning, final inning here. And we have pinch hitter stepping in, I believe, and I apologize, we don't have all the names and numbers of the players on that side of it. That's going to be downstairs. Nine-6 score. That's inside for a ball. Viroqua looking to come from behind now. swing and a foul ball. Foul tip, it looked like. Seven, 8, 9, part of the order. There's a little ground ball. Third base will pick and throw. And we should have one down. Pinch hitter there for Allie Olson. This is going to bring up Leah Slack. Left-handed hitter. Going to take one in there for a called strike. Slack today, no official at bat. She's been on base once by a walk and scored, and also I had down, as I mentioned earlier, hit by the pitch. That's going to be, look like a strike. That was downstairs just a tad. Here's a little ground ball. Third base again with the pick and throw. And I tell you what, keeping busy over there at third base right now. Let's see, is that, if I remember right, I think that might be Chapman over there, yeah. So 2 up and 2 down. That's going to bring up Gall. She didn't want to swing, but couldn't hold back. Two away here, down to the final out. A little bit high. I think this is, actually this is Reese Hooks now batting. Try and get something started here with 2 outs. Ground ball. Nice backhand play by the pitcher here, and the toss. And Chapman is going to get out number 3. Well, I tell you what, quite the ball game here. 9-6 your final score. Chapman is going to come in and pick up the win. She started the game, was relieved, and came back, and can she pick up the save herself? As it is, a 9-6 victory here for the Tomah Legion squad. They will pick up the doubleheader sweep. Well, we certainly hope that you've enjoyed watching this Western Wisconsin video production of Legion Softball. Viroqua, they take 2 on the chin, though, to Tomah today. Stay tuned. More action coming up across the month of June and July. So long, everyone. Ken Manning, Western Wisconsin Video Production, saying we'll see you soon somewhere on the diamond.